It's a lazy Sunday morning. You drag yourself from your warm, comfy bed and are pleased to discover it is in fact 11:59 a.m. Well done, you early riser, you. Time for the most important choice of the day. Pancakes and coffee, eggs and tea, the remains of last night's Chinese food, whatever that green stuff is you put in the fridge last night. I'm gonna go with the remains of last night's Chinese food. You settle yourself down with your hard-won foodstuffs and flick on the TV. As soon as you hit the power button, the TV shouts out 4 words that will change your life forever. The aliens have landed. Not ready for sci-fi yet. It's too early to deal with aliens eating people's brains. What do you want to do? Switch off the TV and go back to bed? Find something better to watch or stick with it? We're gonna stick with it. Sounds interesting. Gradually, it begins to dawn on you that you aren't watching a sci-fi movie. This is the news. The aliens are really here. You get up and move closer to the TV, hoping to get a better look. You can't really be certain, but the aliens kind of look like the Greys that the New Agers were always going on about. Maybe they really were abducting people and molesting cows all along. You need more information than the TV is giving you. This is an important day. Do they come in peace, or are they here to enslave us? What exactly is the deal with the crop circles? Are you ready for it either way? Eventually, after much pacing and hand-wringing, you decide it's time to take some action. Go online and hack the military to find out what they know. Surf the web for news. Call your family and friends and ask what they think. I am gonna hack the military because why not? Sounds fun. Your considerable hacking skills quickly allow you into the heart of the military industrial complex. The intel isn't as useful as it might have been, though, as the aliens only landed today and no one has submitted their reports yet. You do, however, learn that the aliens landed in Big City at 6 a.m. this morning and claim to come in peace, although the military remains skeptical, which is hardly surprising. Well, it has been quite the day. The aliens are here. You have pretty much missed any chance to do anything useful. Maybe it's time for a plan of some kind, huh? You take a moment to center yourself. This is not the kind of thing that happens every day. This kind of thing could change everything. You were never really certain aliens existed, or if they did, why would they come to our little corner of the galaxy? What did humans ever really do that was worth traveling billions of light years to see? After a minute or so, you have made up your mind. Pack my bags. Tomorrow I go to Big City to shake an alien by the hand. Pack my bags. Tomorrow I head for the hills. No way any of those brain snakes is getting me. Board up the house. They'll never take me. Just head to bed. I have work in the morning. Honestly, I don't think boarding up a house is going to stop an alien from getting anyone. I'm going to go with, we're going to go to Big City. We're going to shake an alien's hand. Hell yeah. You gather a couple of changes of clothes, a snack, some water, and your trusty binoculars. With so many people already in the city that may be as close to the aliens as you can get to start with. Once they are loaded into your trusty backpack, you decide to head to bed. It's going to be a long day tomorrow. You can't wait. Okay, you have the essentials, you have a plan. It's about time you got out there and did something about it. However, as you near your front door, you can't help but feel a little trepidation. Something in your gut tells you that once you open that door, your life will never be the same again. You tell yourself you are being stupid and push down the butterflies in your stomach. Look out, world, here you come. Next chapter, first steps. Game saved. If your adventures prove too much and you become one of the living impaired, you can always start again from here. Unless you close the browser, then you are on your own. Chapter 1. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, the birds sing, and best of all, your absolutely gorgeous neighbor is washing her car while wearing a minimal amount of clothing. It's been a month since she moved in next door, and at some point every day you have tried to get up the courage to go and talk to her. No luck so far, but to be fair, you don't really know her, so it's hard to start up a conversation. Perhaps if you knew her name or favorite color, things might be different. You sigh and begin to trudge toward your car just as you always do when you see her. Cursing yourself as a coward, you ready your car keys and prepare to head out. Hello there, comes the sound of the most beautiful voice you've ever heard. You freeze like a rabbit caught in headlights. Could she be talking to you? What if it's someone behind you? Then you look like a fool. What if it is you and you have been standing still so long she thinks you are an idiot? Better decide, Valkyrie. 5 more seconds and she will call a paramedic for you. Carry on walking to your car. She can't be talking to you. Go over and talk to her. Stay where you are and try to use your words. We're going to go over and talk to her. You stroll over to the fence and smile at her. This is either going to be great or you will have to move to another town. Hey there, you say with a smile. What can I do for you? She returns a smile and her eyes wander just for a second. Did she just check you out? Listen, I know we don't know each other that well yet, but I am having a party tonight and I was hoping you can make it, she says. You swallow and nod, not trusting your voice. You even manage a smile. At least you are fairly certain that's what it is. She moves a little closer. That's wonderful, so I'll see you at 8. Again with the smiling and nodding. After a few seconds, you even manage. That sounds great. I was hoping we could get to know each other. A smile. Move over, Dawn. You are on fire. Okay, don't push your luck now. You start to move toward your car door. Keys at the ready once more. I need to head out right now, but I will definitely be there. And I'm looking forward to it already, you say, while making eye contact. You briefly wonder if you have been possessed, but you hold your smile until you have both waved and you have your keys in the car door. Suddenly, you hear a screech coming from out in the road. It sounds like some kind of animal. Almost. Crunch. Whatever it is just slammed into your neighbor. Okay. I don't know why that's funny. They both went down behind the fence. You can't see what is happening, but the sounds, they are awakening some deeply hidden fear from your very soul. Your neighbor finally screams, waking you back up. You have to do something, don't you? Will you? Dive over the fence and tackle whatever it is off her. Run around the fence and pull it off her. Duck down behind the car until it goes away. We're gonna just dive over the fence and just whatever's quickest. You spring over the fence and wrap your arms around what appears to be a man. You try to yank it off, but you can't get a grip. There is too much blood, much too much blood, and you try and avoid looking at what is left of your neighbor's face. You need a weapon of some kind. You stumble back from the thing and look around for something. Anything to help you get it off. There is a stone bird bath on the grass next to you. You look around for something easier to use, but come up empty. You heave the bird bath and bring it down on the thing attacking your neighbor. A sickening wet crunch comes from its skull and it sinks down on top of her. You sink to your knees next to them and push it away so you can check on her. God, please let her still be alive. But she is not. So little is left of her face. Nothing could possibly live through that. You sit down on the grass for a little while and start to cry. There is no shame in it. You wish you had asked her name. Time goes by and you almost find yourself being lulled into sleep. There is a gentle breeze and a sound of sirens in the distance, which subtly adds to the moaning coming from your poor neighbor. Wait a minute, moaning? Could she still be alive, or did you just become part of a bad zombie flick? You move back over to your neighbor. Maybe you can get them some help. A desperate part of you thinks maybe you can call an ambulance. All this can be somehow fixed. Then she sits up, a sick parody of her former beauty with enlarged teeth and a sickly green glow coming from eyes that once held so much life and promise. After a few seconds, you realize the eyes aren't devoid of emotion at all. It's just one that you never expected to see. Hunger. It's time to get your act together. You have about 10 seconds before you are this monster's first meal. Run home, call the police, get in your car. We're just gonna get in the car. Why would we call the police? That's gonna get us killed. We're not gonna run back in the house, so we're just gonna get in the car so we can drive away. You need a safe place and you doubt you'll get far if your neighbor is as fast as the other monster was. So you scramble to your feet as quickly as you possibly can and drag out your car keys. You heard angry moans as your ex-neighbor rises to follow, but you have enough of a head start, you hope. You quickly reach your car door and open it up without a hitch. Slamming and locking the doors, you quickly get the engine started. So far so good, but this is the moment that your neighbor decides to launch themselves at the front window of your car. You slam the car into gear and gun the car, which is almost the end of your story as you shoot straight across the road and narrowly avoid hitting the car parked across the street. With a near superhuman display of reflexes, you turn, missing disaster by inches and flinging your unwelcome passenger into the other car with what you would normally consider a sickening crunch. But right now, it was quite satisfying. Straightening up, you allow yourself to pick up some speed. You need to be as far away from here as possible. You need a plan, but to make a plan, you need time. So let's start with doing something useful. No matter what you are going to do, you are going to need supplies to do it. Else the only plan you can come up with is to sit in the car until you die of thirst and hunger. So you point your trusty car toward the local shopping center. Just before you reach the car park, you are flagged down by a woman. She is tall brunette wearing biker leathers. She is wearing her arms. She's waving her arms at you desperately. Please stop. You hear as you get nearer. This is probably zombie related. Are you going to stop and help, or have you had enough zombies for one morning? Stop and help. Pretend you don't see her. We'll help her. You slow down your car and lower the window. What's the problem, you ask? She looks grateful you stopped. You probably weren't the first car she tried to flag down. My girlfriend, she was bitten by something. Can you help me take her to the hospital? She asks you. You have a bad feeling about this. You have seen the movies. You know how it ends if she changes into a zombie in her car. On the other hand, this woman isn't infected. If you intervene, you might at least be able to save one of them. Help her with a girlfriend. Pretend to help but drag her away if it's a zombie. Roll up your window and drive away. We'll help her. You turn off the engine and jump out of the car. Okay, let's go see her, you say. She gives you a relieved smile. Thank you so much. I'm Beth, by the way. She turns and heads back into what looks like some kind of garage. You follow closely behind. I'm Valkyrie. Pleased to meet you, you reply. Seems a little hollow when you are probably following her to the corpse of a girlfriend. You wonder exactly what you were supposed to say in that situation. Sorry seems a little inadequate. The first thing you see when you enter the room is what remains of a dead dog. So a dog bit her? No zombie unless she dies, right? You hope so, at least. It looks like someone has taken it to pieces. You have never seen something so disgusted in your life. Beth ignores it and moves over into the corner area. Are you okay, honey? She asks. No response, so she continues. This is Valkyrie, honey. Valkyrie is going to take us to the hospital. You know she is pretty cautious about approaching unless her girlfriend says something, because she has seen the same movies that you have. This could be the last chance to back out. Taking it, get Beth away from her girlfriend, or check on Ari. Check on her. When you get closer, Ari stirs. She looks up with tired eyes. Beth? She asks. Beth rushes to her. Oh God, you scared me. Beth tells her. She pulls her into her arms despite the blood. Then she looks back. Can you help me, Valkyrie. We need to get her into your car. You move up and slide her other arm over your neck. Together, you manage to get Ari standing, but it's more like she's dangling off your shoulders. You manage to get Ari back to the car without too much trouble. You almost drop her when you reach out to open the door, but thankfully you avoid it. Beth gets in the back with her, and you jump behind the wheel. Time is definitely of the essence here. The village hospital isn't exactly an impressive monument to medicine, but you doubt Ari would make it as far as the main hospital in big cities, so you put your foot hard on the gas. So what happened with the dog? You ask as soon as you have the car under control. I don't know, Beth says from the back. Rex seemed fine 1 minute, then his eyes had this weird green glow to them. The next second, he was trying to take Ari's face off. You shudder. So we have to watch out for crazy zombie animals now, you ask? This day just keeps getting better. I don't think so, Beth replies. After a minute or two, he just went haywire and melted. It was like watching a robot with all its wires crossed. If that happens to all the animals, this is going to be a quiet planet, though. You shudder again.